Hello everybody, so today I'm reviewing London Has Fallen, directed by Babak Najafi, starring Gerard, Butler, Aaron Eckhart, Morgan Freeman and Angela Bassett. This time round, the President goes to London for the funeral of the Prime Minister of England, and this time round the terrorists attack again, and now they've got to escape through London and get away from the terrorists and stop the terrorists as well. So I was someone that was a fan of Olympus Has Fallen. Not the biggest fan. I enjoyed it. I thought it was good. It was better than White House Down because you know that both those films came out in the same year. I made a video, Olympus Has Fallen versus White House Down. You can go and watch that, where I said some good things about Olympus Has Fallen. Olympus Has Fallen was an interesting one. It had its sort of violent moments. It was the more gory, violent film than White House Down, and it was what people wanted with Die Hard. So they were like, this is pretty much the Die Hard 5. London Has Fallen was a film that I didn't think would happen, but when I heard it was announced, I sort of got a bit excited for it because I thought that Anton Fuqua was going to return for it. It's a shame that he did not, and that we have a different director this time round, Babak Najafi. But I'm going to just talk about my problems with London Has Fallen. London Has Fallen has some really sort of good action moments to it, but has some atrocious CGI. There's a moment where a helicopter crashes into a building. It looks like almost sci-fi CGI. There's other parts where explosions happen over the city, and it just, once again, looks like sci-fi CGI. There's a part where a bridge cracks, and it's, once again, terrible CGI right there. So that's the thing about it when it's this sort of really big film, but the CGI took me out of it. Gerard Butler is good this time around again. Aaron Eckhart is good. The action, like I've said, is good. There's this moment round near the end where they sort of, it's like they're doing a tracking shot, but you can tell that when the camera spins and shows an explosion that they do a little edit there. But it does all look for what it is, a one shot, and for me, that's the main part of the film that worked, because it showed that they were sort of putting in this effort and being a bit more creative with the action in the film, but the rest of the film was just sort of mediocre action that we've seen in many films before. But here's my main problem with this film, and this is going to be sort of a spoilers right here, and you can skip to whatever I've put here, and then it will be ended with the spoilers. So at the beginning of the film, we open up with an Indian wedding happening, and you have that there's a terrorist there who they thought had disappeared 2 years back, but he's still around. He's number 6 on the wanted list, on the top 10 wanted list, and there is an MI6 agent at this wedding, and he texts these people being like, he's here, the terrorist is here, and then it goes to a shot above the tent, and you can see all these people walking outside the tent. It's just civilians and all that. And then it goes to an American airbase, and they're like, "Is it okay if I drop it?" And then they drop the bomb on the wedding that's happening, and all these civilians get killed. And I was just like, "What the fuck? That's like, why would you even start your film like that?" It felt sort of like disrespectful and disgusting. And I know these things do happen, but I don't think it should have been put into this film, because later on they're like, "Hey, we didn't know there were civilians there." So what, you didn't see? So you just thought the terrorists were hanging out in a orange tent. They just hang out there. They meet up there, and you see other people walking around at the wedding. You see them walking around outside the tent when the camera goes up to show the drone. So that's the thing with the bullshit thing where they're like, we didn't know civilians were there. There's another thing where there were reviews that were coming out that were saying this was Trump's America, that this film was for the Trump voters, and I sort of understand that there's these patriotic moments and all those sort of things, and people have said, no, it's just a basic action movie, but there's things for it with it being set in London. There's one thing that bothered me about it. Now, Gerard Butler fights with the terrorists in an underground station, subway station, and then he stabs one of them in the back and says the line, "Why don't you and your boys pack up your stuff and return back to Fuckheadistan or wherever you came from?" And for me, this part felt sort of like xenophobic and sort of racist in a way, and many people have called out that for being racist in the film. Like, people said this is racist, this film, and those things that they do, that it's the white people versus the brown people. That is what lots of people have said in their reviews. That's what it is. It's mostly, white people, fighting the brown people, and it's just like, it's weird that line is said in the film, because in the UK here we have Britain First, where they go around and do shitty things and say to people, why don't you and your friends go back to your country, why don't you go back to Pakistan or wherever you came from? And most of the time these people are saying it to people that were born in this country, in the UK. So I know it's a whole terrorist thing in the film, but that line just felt really out of place and shitty to me. So London Has Fallen isn't a bad film. It's an alright film. It's not amazing. The action at moments is good, but it just felt like a very rushed sort of sequel. It didn't feel like it was needed. It just felt like they were like, hey, we've got this character, we can do something else with it. Let's set it in London. and let's do some terrible CGI and have some really sort of questionable moments of things that we shouldn't have probably written in the script. There's another part where Gerard Butler has just fought a load of people. They go in a base and they're all right, and then Gerard Butler says the line, "I don't know about you, but I'm fucking thirsty." That was a great impression right there. That's not even what he sounds like, but there's so many bad script moments to this film. There's a lot. So London Has Fallen has some good action moments, but it doesn't feel like it's a sequel that we really needed. It was sort of cool to see this character and see some sort of alright action, but there is some very bad script moments, some very questionable moments, and I don't know, at the end of the day I was just sort of like, it ended and I was like, this is not really a very memorable film, and I probably won't be talking about this in some time to come. So, London Has Fallen gets a 2 out of 5 from me. It was alright, but I'd say just wait for this to be on TV or DVD or whatever. Just wait for when it comes out and you can pick it up and be like, hey, let's watch that, but do whatever you want. That's my review. If you've seen London Has Fallen, send in the comments down below if you enjoyed it. What's your favourite action movie where one guy has to go up against a bunch of people? For me, it's Die Hard or it is The Raid 2. Yeah, that's all for today. Thank you very much, and I'll see you all again very, very soon. Goodbye.